So we also had some games in the NFL Wild Card Weekend on Saturday.
Yeah, we did, Jonas.
They were good.
Go ahead and gloat. Go get excited.
I just don't understand how the Packers lost that game. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Was it a collapse or a great comeback? How are we describing it?
I don't get it. I would say more collapse.
Tad bit of both.
I would say more collapse. If I had to pin it on one. I mean, you need a willing participant on both sides, and Green Bay was
two to
willing.
tango.
It was almost like the second half started, and the Packers were like, "Oh, we're still going?" And there was just no. And even in saying that, there were so many opportunities for them to put the Bears away, and you miss a PAT, you miss a field goal. And offensively, that whatever that final drive was, there was whether it was clock management, I can't even explain what that was. And I don't even think Bears fans, they haven't won a playoff game in 15 years.
Well, I can't say that now.
Yeah, but they probably shouldn't have won that game. You know what I mean? It's just and so that's why the conversation surrounding Matt LaFleur was being discussed and being had before the game, and now it's really being had afterwards. And Matt LaFleur spoke about his own job security following the collapse on Saturday night.
Hey, Matt, you got a year left on your contract, and policy has said he doesn't like lame duck seasons. Do you expect to be back next season? Have you guys already started negotiating that deal? Or?
Yeah, with all due respect to your question, Pete, now's not the time for that. I mean, I'm just hurting for these guys. I can only think about just what just happened, and there'll be time for that.
Do you think your team has the confidence that the leadership of this organization can get them where they want to go?
Yeah, again, with all due respect, Pete, definitely now's not the time. I mean, whatever.
It feels like there's going to be a change there. That's the vibe I get, is that there's going to be some sort of a move made, and I don't agree with it, but the way Albert Breer was discussing it last week, that it's a contractual thing, and he talked about the Falcons and the Matt Ryan ties and all that stuff, and now Adam Schefter is trying to tie in John Harbaugh and his relationship because of his age. It's like,
dude, the body wasn't even cold, and Schefter's already releasing out information about Harbaugh and the contract situation for LaFleur. I mean, it was pretty immediately after the loss.
Is it warranted? Do you guys feel like it's warranted? It was a collapse. It was a collapse, but is it warranted? It seems like it's a team that dealt with a lot.
Yeah, but isn't this the part of the NFL that I think if you want to, garnish a greater audience, you have to kind of play into or lean into? Like, the offseason of the NFL is rapidly approaching, even though we're in the best part of the season. But I think this is also the stuff that it draws in people who don't just love the sport. I could sell this drama probably to my wife, who'd be more interested in hearing about, wait, so what happened? So he might go where because of who? And then who might replace him because of his relationship with this? And then, oh, okay. There's more just non-football that may be harder for people to understand. Drama that's more like a soap opera that makes it enticing to people. So I don't know. I think some of it's probably warranted because of the timing with LaFleur's contract situation and obviously the availability of Harbaugh, a guy who's won a Super Bowl. That makes a lot of sense. I'll say this much, though. Everyone wants to connect the dots with Harbaugh. Stefanski would be a way better fit up there, in my opinion. He'd be a way better fit to be the head coach in Green Bay, I think, than Harbaugh. And I know there's ties and stuff, and everyone's like, he's got a house up in UP, the Upper Peninsula. For those of you who aren't aware of what that means.
I wouldn't have known that. And I still don't even know what the hell an Upper Peninsula is. Where the hell is that?
It's a Michigander would tell you what that means. But
okay.
Everyone's trying to connect the dots for Harbaugh in every place possible. We did it with the Dolphins. People are doing it with the Packers. He interviewed with the Giants, and the Giants. I was like, okay, he can't take every job. Like, we realized that, right? He can only take one of these. And what if he says no? He's like, I don't want to go to any of them.
Is there any propaganda connected to this? I mean, it could be a masterful job of driving up the value of Harbaugh right now. Well, he is available to coach a different team. I mean, we do have to kind of circle back around and come back to the realization that he was fired.
He said
he was fired.
He said that he's only going to interview with a few select teams. So basically,
Miami. It's Miami.
Well, Miami. Look, if Green Bay became available, I'm sure he'd be interested in that. The Giants would be one. And then,
which one does he have the better opportunity of winning right now? Because that's got to be the one
Green
that
Bay.
you'd look at.
I'm talking about it like it's like the job's open. Like,
you are really.
If it were open, I would say Green Bay.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, the best job on the market is the one that he just left. So, Baltimore.
That he couldn't get it done with.
Yeah. So, maybe they'll hire him back. I don't know. The whole Matt LaFleur conversation.
They test the portal. I'm declaring I'm going into the portal. I'm declaring I will come back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
That would be a first, wouldn't it? That would be interesting.
The whole, the LaFleur stuff, I don't know why he would be. They were riddled with injuries, too. Like, they lost a lot of key players, and they've been in contention and been in the conversation for every year he's been there. Outside of maybe one, he's got 1 year below 500. But the fact that the contract wasn't renewed, that there's been this much smoke out there, that there's been this much conversation. The Stefanski thing is interesting because Stefanski spent years in that division with the Vikings. So he knows that division. He knows there's familiarity there. That would be something. But, yeah, it does feel like LaFleur could be on his way out, which is surprising.
He sounded beat, spent.
I mean, man, they botched that game.
They did.
I don't know. I mean, he was a part of the 28-3. He was the quarterback coach of the Falcons then. They were what up? 21-3?
Yeah.
21-6.
21-6. I mean,
21
either way.
21-3 at halftime.
And it was 21-6 going at the end of the third quarter.
Correct.
Right? My God. I mean, that is, to me, a collapse. All credit to Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and the Bears. But if it was switched, like if you were the Bears and you're really being critical about that performance, you can't think you're going to be able to do that again, even though that being said, they've kind of done it the entire season. But there's an element of saying, like, yeah, they dropped that game. Like, if the Bears were up 21-3 at half, 21-6 in the third quarter, you'd be saying to yourselves, like, we've got this game won. Like, if we don't win this game, it's on us for collapsing because we didn't do the things the right way.
100%. Like, no debate.
Especially.
No way around that one. That's too many points. That's too many. That's 3 possessions. There's no way, if the game going the way that it was going the rest of the, before then, that you would be able to forecast that they could generate that much offense in that small amount of time.
And you had Ben Johnson going for it on fourth down in crazy situations in the first half, setting him up with short fields. Then they missed the field goal at the end of the first half, but Green Bay got the ball first at a halftime. Mm-hmm. And it was like a completely different game. And look, Dennis Allen and whatever he figured out or whatever they started doing defensively had an impact. But it was almost like the Packers had no counter to the counter. And even defensively, like Jeff Hafley's getting all this, head coaching love. Like defensively, they looked awful down the stretch. And it's the second time that's happened against your biggest rival. Mm. Like they gagged away that game a couple of weeks ago. That's why I think you look at this and Packers fans almost are kind of bewildered. Like, what is happening? Why is this going down the way it's going down? And then it all coincides with this, the discussion about, Matt LaFleur and how, how people feel about him in the building and whether or not he's going to be back. It's just, it's surprising to see where they're at, considering how much success he's had. But I think people expected better results.
I mean, that's the business, though. I mean, let's be clear here. Like for a moment, you could feel bad or you could have a little bit of sympathy towards it, but you get paid big dollars to have responses, have adjustments. They did everything they were supposed to do. People were feeling really good about the Green Bay Packers, and then you weren't. People were feeling really, really like, Chicago had a great season, but they're doing what Chicago does. They're having a Chicago moment, and then they weren't. But again, I think that's why you play the games. Q, you mentioned it being a soap opera and certain things that other fan base people can get a hold of and be interested in. This is what's most interesting to me. The playoffs is always the most interesting time of the year for me. One, it's less games, more you can focus in on. But two, what are the storylines that come from what takes place in these games? Stars are born in these games. Stars are buried in these games. People disappear in these games. People pop up in these games. There's so many different things that happen during the playoff season. And when you have a game like this, it brings in intense conversations. And Green Bay, unfortunately, happened to fall on, the pendulum was swinging, and it was swinging their way, and then it swiftly started swinging in a different direction, and it didn't go their way. And now you find yourself in a production business at the epicenter of conversations that would maybe sound like you're going to lose your gig. It's just how it all works. There's no way around it.